All right, it says we're live. We'll wait till some people come in. If they do come in, um, got some breaking news here that I just looked up. But I want to talk about, discuss a certain topic where everybody's calling all the truther channels and people that are just putting out the news that mainstream, lamestream media is not putting out. So I'll wait till a few people come in and read what this troll had to say. One person. Breaking news. Hey, how you doing, TC? 802. Hope you're feeling starting to feel better. You and your wife. I heard from Watchman Project there. You were battling the flu for over a week. What's up, Herb? Growing legal. Just gonna wait a few more minutes. How it blows my mind how people are definitely hypnotized to mainstream media. They only get their news source through Fox News, etc. But I want to read this real quick. It says, I don't know who this person is. Skies are not real. That's the name of the person. It says, how much you getting paid to spread this fear porn? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. That was on the video that me and Vern did, talking about the coronavirus, etc. It's not spreading fear porn, people. This is real. It's people like that who think that this is all fear porn and fake. That they're going to be the ones that are not prepared when this comes out and about. Look what Beijing, China's actually saying, and if they're saying this, that means the numbers are even higher. This is straight out of the horse's mouth, so to speak. From Beijing, China, the new coronavirus might have infected at least 500,000 people in Wuhan, the Chinese city and the Chinese city at the epicenter of the global outbreak. By the time it peaks in coming weeks, so officials in China are now stating that they believe that it will have infected over 500,000 people. And for them to come out and say that, that's huge. That means the numbers are probably double that, if not more. But I want to talk about there's so many people that are completely blind to what's going on, and they don't believe it. When you talk about coronavirus, some people, they have no clue. And when you talk about preps, they think you're crazy, you're overreacting, this and that. Heck, look at the people back when in California when they shut down the power for weeks at a time. People were left powerless. Okay, everybody's jumping out, but anyways, all I want to do is just let you all know that the breaking report that came out here, even CBS is reporting on it and other channels. But once again, coronavirus may have already infected 500,000 in Wuhan by the peak coming in weeks. I don't know how it doesn't make sense, but stocks crashing, supply chain. Yeah, exactly. I'll put that up there. I mean, if you don't know anything, if the stock market is a telltale sign of something bad to come, um, you know, yes, the stock market is manipulated at times, but it doesn't drop like that. Manipulation to instill fear. For the people that still don't believe that this virus is real and are going around asking me how much I get paid to spread this fear porn, that's you talk about people that are sound asleep behind the wheel. And I was watching the Watchman Project's live stream he did after the one we did together, and I strongly urge y'all to go watch it if you hadn't seen it. He puts out that solid information there, but I don't know if I'm getting throttled here But like I said, I only got 5 in the house right now. People are busy. Um, for Beijing, China to say that there's at least 500,000 people in Wuhan, the Chinese city at the epicenter of the global outbreak. By the time it peaks in coming weeks, it'll be at 500,000. So if China's willing to say there'll be 500,000 infected in the upcoming weeks, that means it's a lot more than that. And it's definitely coming. My husband is a truck driver, and there's already beginning to be fewer loads available already. Absolutely. That's what AB um, was talking about. But he said the food supply is running good. Hey, Brother Mitchell, great to see you. Okay, I had to switch to the other computer. Um, I just can't fathom how people think that they listen to mainstream media and this is no big deal. This is yada 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 yada. Um, the stock. Okay, look how many people die each year of the flu. Does that affect the stock market? No, it doesn't. Once again, like Vlad said, the stock market crash this much is a huge telltale sign that it's coming. It's here. We what I learned from Watchman Project's video that we don't even have the test kits, the test capabilities, the testing capabilities to test these people if they're infected with the coronavirus. It's absolutely insane. But I'm just sick and tired of all these trolls saying, "Oh, fear porn, fear porn, fear porn." Look at Italy. I mean, look what Italy's going through. Look what South Korea is going through. And like I've said numerous times, how come we haven't heard from North Korea? I said they could be dropping like flies up there. Finally, North Korea came out with a statement, and I saw it on the Watchman Project. And the statement basically was that they closed the borders because of a national survival, not national security, not national this. They closed their borders from China and anybody else for due to national survival. I've never even heard of that word or those words put together like that coming from North Korea. North Korea doesn't have the capabilities as many other countries. And I've said that many times. How come we haven't heard from North Korea? It's quiet. The people are probably dropping like flies in North Korea. And they finally came out with a statement. Check it out on the Watchman Project. Basically, the leader, Kim Jong-un, said it's a matter of national survival, meaning if that with their technology and their medicine, etc., if the coronavirus gets to North Korea, which I believe it already has, there's no way that it's only in South Korea, kicking the pants off of South Korea, but it hadn't made it to North Korea yet. It definitely had to. But, they're a poor country, this and that. They spent too much money on their missile technology, et cetera, and their military that they don't have the capabilities to even remotely try to fight it. So their fear is that it could wipe out everybody in North Korea. But once again, for Beijing, for China to admit the new coronavirus might have infected at least 500,000 people in Wuhan, the Chinese city of the epicenter of the global outbreak, by the time it peaks in coming weeks. So basically, they're saying they believe it's going to peak in a week or two, but I believe it's just going to keep on going up, 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 not peak and then come back down. But that says a lot. That's what people, China is such a totalitarian regime, and they are so secretive, and that's why they kept those numbers low, and everybody believed them. Everybody that's brainwashed, like this person asked me, how much do I get paid for creating fear porn? It's like, this isn't fear porn. This is to let people know that don't have the ability to find the exact research and know the truth of what's going on. Hey, how you doing? Sister Crystal Gypsy's in the house. Brother Mitchell, Sister Kelly Taboo, Vlad's in the house. Patriot Pete's in the house. This is going to be a short live stream, anyways. I just wanted to get this out. Then I want to go back and watch some other breaking news myself. But this person, skies are not real. Well, right there, I must be a flat earther. And I know we have flat earthers here, but I'm a firm believer that the earth is round. How much you getting paid to spread this fear porn? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. No, I'm not ashamed of myself. It's not fear porn. This is what's happening. This is what's going on. This is reality. It's very prophetic. It's very, I mean, all these countries and stuff. Where did you find this story? You can go on and look it up. Go Google, but I had to go DuckDuckGo. But CBS was reporting on it. There's several reports. Let me go back. I don't know how to share links. There's another one. World News. Oh, this is all in Arabic. I can't read this crap. Block. New coronavirus may have infected at least 500,000 people in Wuhan, the Chinese city epicenter. Global outbreak by the time it peaks in 2 weeks. Typically bustling, majestic, called COVID-19. Anyways, try Googling it or just go to DuckDuckGo, because Google does suppress a lot of real truth information. But I actually did find an article, I believe, on it was Wall Street Journal or CBS that I first looked up. But some of these are independent. But the Guardian. The Guardian is reporting more than 1,700 health workers are infected by the coronavirus in China. World Health Organization is seeking information after country announced six health professionals had died, meaning doctors and nurses. They're talking here about over 400,000 are infected. Let me see if I can find it. So I'm not going to read all this stuff. If y'all want to go, just go on DuckDuckGo and then look up the Guardian. The Guardian's a good source of news as well. But what I really want to talk about is real quick. Maybe the Chinese government will collapse. There's a possibility of that, and like I've said before, many people have stated, back in the day, and I was one of them too, why don't we just nuke China? Well, China, unfortunately, people say everything's made in China by American. A lot of stuff that's made in China is not made here in America. Certain parts for certain vehicles, so the auto industry is going to get nailed. The stock market crash, just all kinds of different parts that, they make that we need to assemble things. This isn't fear porn. That's all I'm saying. And it's very frustrating when you see something like that. That, fear porn, this is all a lie. Anyways, needed peaceful breaks. I like that name. That's what I need. Sean Conley, going now. Laugh out loud. It's Herb. Oh, Oh, Herb, you kept your oh, I see what you're doing. Herb growing legal is talking to himself. Anyways, this isn't the best live stream. I just wanted to get that out there for you all to go ahead and research yourself. Search for it on YouTube. Go ahead and look up, go DuckDuckGo. Type in 400 to 500,000 infected in Wuhan, China. And I strongly urge you to, I have both laugh out loud. I'm cracking up. I know. I knew that was you, Sean, because you already told me. Um, hey, at least you got somebody to talk to, right? Even if you're talking to yourself. Uh, Vitamin C in high dosage. Yeah, they're talking that as well. Go over to Bubba's channel where the alkaline silver, that interview he did with that doctor. I mean, great interview. But this is going to be a short live stream, like I said. I just wanted to come on and tell people don't fall for mainstream media. Don't let your guard down, basically. We care about you all. We love you all. And the ones, the trolls or whatever that are going around purposely going around attacking truther channels, you don't just stumble across a channel that has coronavirus. You are actually going around and you're trolling and stalking the channels and then coming in there and saying, how dare you, this fear porn, you should be ashamed of yourself. That is weird. Okay. So I guess this person knows more than the World Health Organization, the CDC, which are still giving lowball numbers. But they've never done this for the flu, people. Let's all pray for a good outcome for everyone. Absolutely. But honestly, I believe this is, we're a Christian-based channel here. This is very prophetic. We're living in very prophetic days. I mean, the Bible is playing itself out to a T. Book of Revelations. It's unbelievable. It's a book that was written over 2,000 years ago that is spot on. Definitely in the days we're living in. So definitely, man, please, not man. See, I get in trouble for saying that because that's not politically correct. But everybody, if you haven't yet, get out there and get some food. That's going to last you. Even buy the cheap stuff like we've done videos on before. And if you hadn't seen it, I'm prepping. Walmart has freeze dried online. Well, that's great. Make sure what you get, AJ, when you are doing your preps, that you do find a source of food, which I'm sure you already know this. Many people don't know that it's high in calories. Okay, this has nothing. If they create medical martial law, anything. Anyway, you gotta have extremely high amounts of calories in your preps, because calories is what gives you energy. You can have a lot of protein, but after a week or two of eating stuff with a lot of protein and low calories, you will become weak. You have to have those calories. This isn't about looking slim and trim and looking pretty. This is about survival. People are dying left and right. South Korea, our first U.S. soldier was confirmed with the case yesterday. Anyone offended by the guys? Exactly. I love that. Anyone offended by you saying man is on the wrong channel. Absolutely. No libtards over here. No libtards on this channel. But anyways, beans, rice, 35. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's a lot of people don't know. Beans and rice. That's, like they say feed the children and stuff like that over in Africa and stuff. That's what they get. They get rice, they get beans. And it sustains them, keeps them alive. You need fats in your diet. Absolutely. Peanut butter is a great one. It lasts a long time, but people think, oh, it won't happen here. I bet the people in Italy were thinking the same thing. Oh, it's not going to happen here. And then, there's no telling how many cases now in Japan. There's no telling how many cases we have here. Now, Watchman Project was talking about one of his buddies in Cincinnati, said that they had, he worked at a hospital, said there was 2 cases They're in the Cincinnati hospital, well, a hospital in Cincinnati, but they're not reporting that on the news. So I have 150 jars of peanut butter. I used to have close to that. Oh, probably about 50 until my wife started learning out how to make peanut butter fudge and peanut butter cookies and crap. It all went away. We simply just don't know what's going to happen yet. Yeah, but you got to be prepared. Do not let your guard down. You know, um, I make great soup with pepperoni. Some people are saying that CV is it's not a hoax. I'm telling you, it is definitely not a hoax. Like I said, I got this person called "The Skies Are Fake" telling me I should be ashamed of myself. But right here, anyways, I'll come back and do a better. I just saw this pop up. I'll come back and do a better live stream today. Um, I'll get some more information, more detail. But I expect you all to. If you got a phone, go to DuckDuckGo or just type in coronavirus 500,000 infected. And you'll see a lot of articles. There comes a point in time where when the cat's out of the bag, so to speak. China kept this suppressed and suppressed and suppressed, kept lowballing these numbers, and finally they came out and Beijing said, look, by the time it peaks in a couple weeks, over 500,000 people will have been affected or are already infected. So if they're going to say that 500,000, that means it's probably double that, if not more. So you cannot trust China. Locked and loaded. Can you tell me how you picked your beautiful daughter's name? It's such a beautiful name. It actually just came to me one day. I have when I named my animals back in the day, I always liked unique names, and Haven Lee. The Lee was named after my Uncle Dave, who just passed last year. Uncle Dave, his last name was Lee, Lee. Hers is Leigh. So, Haven Lee, I appreciate the compliment. I love her name as well. She's my life. She's my world. But anyways, people just dry milk is a good idea. I, I got all my props here. People don't know what to look for with dried milk, And then if you have time, like I learned, start dry canning. Start dry canning your food. Watch videos on dry canning. Beans and rice can last up to 25 years if you dry can, and you don't have to buy that super expensive dehydrated food, which is, it's great, but it's really expensive. And you can find certain things that are high in protein, high in calories, etc., that you can, you can dry food, powdered eggs, but that's a good one. I got a bunch of dry milk, flour, rice, and so on. Yeah, Crystal Gypsy's set up. But anyways, that's, to me, I just wanted to say, I know I'm gonna get a lot of thumbs downs on this video and say, oh, this is, stupid, you're not making any sense. But people just ignore other people that say everything's fear porn, everything's fear porn. It's not. Those are I don't know if they're bots or what they are, but telling me I should be ashamed of myself and asking how much do I get paid. I pay nothing on this channel. Sometimes we get super chats here and there, but look at the Watchmen Project, awesome truther channel, still hasn't even he's one of the best super channel or truther channels I've ever seen, with his knowledge and his way of digging deep and finding all this information. He's like a kid in the mud, man. He's just digging into, or a dog digging for a bone or something. He finds all that, amazing information and backs it up with articles, etc. So please do not let your guard down. Do not be embarrassed. And there's going to be a time if you do have the mask that you have to go out. Don't be embarrassed about wearing a mask. Who cares what people think, you know? And it's going to be people like these trolls that, y'all are stupid. And then guess what? The military comes in because the military is already preparing. I've talked about it. And then uh, Watchman Project did a video last night showing and proving that the military is already basically set up, ready, and prepared, which they have been doing for quite a while. But yeah, I forgot what the heck I was going to say again. But you got to be prepared because it's going to be the ones that were saying, oh, that's it. Y'all are stupid, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And when the military comes in or they order that your city or your town or your state is quarantined, you're not allowed to come out of your house. And then guess what? Oh, crap. I didn't listen. I thought this was all fake. And then I'm going to go in my cupboard. Oh, that's right. I eat out all the time. I've got 3 cans of soup and I got a half gallon of rotten milk in my refrigerator. There's a lot of people that live like that, that have plenty of money and they choose to eat out or order out every night. You got to suck it up and and what's the worst thing that could happen? That you find out this is all fake. Well, you got food. Guess what? If you live in a flood zone, if you live or not a place where there's tornadoes, etc., the power gets knocked out for, a week or two. You've got, if our power goes out here, or if, we're snowed in and we can't leave this house for a month, 2 months, 3 months, we're perfectly fine. The only thing I'll be going, I won't have cigarettes, but definitely people don't let your guard down. Don't listen to the trolls, even on your own channels and stuff. If they start attacking your channel saying it's all fear porn, Once again, I'll read this article. This is the Times of India. That's another country that's boy. Once the virus goes through India, holy cow. Beijing, the new coronavirus might have at least, or might have infected at least, keyword, at least 500,000 people in Wuhan, this Chinese city at the epicenter of the global outbreak by the time it peaks in coming weeks. At least 500,000. That's 500,000 infected. If China's willing to admit that, the numbers have got to be more than that, higher than that. So that's a huge wake-up call. We will be quitting smoking yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we get quarantined and we're not, they create martial law, and you got to be careful too. Once again, stay locked and loaded, because what's going to happen? People that that ran out of food, that that don't obey the law, thugs, this and that, and there is a martial law, and you're not allowed to leave the house, and they know a couple neighbors down the street have food, blah 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 blah. They're going to kick in your door. They're not going to listen to the law. They're outlaws. They're thugs. They don't respect the law. And when they're told to quarantine, stay in, you're not allowed to leave. They don't have food. They will kick in your door. So please, if you have bang bang bangs, go to the store and get plenty of things to put in. No, I'm not being like Marfugel. When you take, if you don't even have a gun, if you're afraid of guns, at least get a little 22 rifle and buy, a box of 500 rounds. You got to be able to protect yourself somehow. And we don't know what might happen. Could this be, is this the end of the world? Absolutely not, because we still have a lot of things that have to happen in Bible prophecy. Once again, I've said before, and now I've seen that The Watchman said it. Damascus becoming a ruinous heap. Damascus is hanging on by a fine thread. You see pictures of Damascus, the first city in the world. It almost looks like a ruinous heap. But in order for people not to be able to live in Damascus, that means some type of nuclear weapon, dirty bomb, or something has to be used on Damascus, meaning that you cannot live because of the radioactive material. It's no longer inhabitable. So that's what I believe. I believe that they're going to be hit with some kind of terroristic nuclear bomb, or from Israel or something. I don't know. But I do have my protection, just low on food. My dog just cost me $1,000 the other day. The vet messed up. Ooh, spaying. Wow. Yeah, you gotta definitely prep for your animals too, as well. You got to. My wife, she's got more cat and dog food down there than we have human food. Not literally, but holy cow, she's got a ton. So, anyways, everybody, just want to hop off here. I just want to say, don't listen to the trolls. Don't let your guard down, and let your family members know. Even if they, if you talk to them, they're like, I've never heard this. Share a link. Don't share this one, because I butchered this live stream. But share certain videos with your family members. The Watchmen Project, not the other Watchmen, but the Watchmen Project. Share his videos. Share Bubba's videos. Share everybody. Just share Truther Channel videos that have good, solid information. Blazing Press News, one of my favorites, as well. It's knowledge is power. When it comes to this, but don't fear death either. You got to let go of that fear of death. Like I say, death is swift, heaven is forever. So, anyways, everybody, it's good to see some new faces in here. And I just want to, and everybody, our loyal subs / friends, brothers and sisters in Christ, believers, non-believers, everybody's welcome here. Much love to all y'all. Pray for one another, and just be smart. Just be as smart as you can and start. If you haven't yet, please, we say it all the time. Go out there, even if it's a whole bunch of ramen noodles and a bunch of gallons of water from the Dollar General store. Or, they're $1 for a gallon of water at Dollar General before stuff runs out, because I've heard a lot of people, even Vern said down in Florida, in Walmart down there, he still can't get duct tape and other things that he's been searching for. That means that stuff made in China is not coming over here. Or it is, or it's sitting in the ports right now waiting to get disinfected or quarantined. So pray, prepare, and protect. Absolutely. Right back at you there, Brother Mark. All right. Fear no man, never fear death. Get right with God. Fight the good fight, and always stay locked and loaded. God bless. I'll do a better live stream today. Hopefully I can bring somebody up with me. All right. Later.